right here. Ow! Protect them. Ow!
What's going on, Eagles Nation and TMTP family? Welcome back to another episode here on the Main Thing Podcast Presents. It's your bull, Mr. Owens, and after further review, the call stands. I'm still official with no stripes.
What up? Hey, man, what's going on? It's your man, Big Huss, the one you trust, bringing you all your Philadelphia Eagles latest. Hey, man, you know why we're here. It wasn't a pretty win, but it was championship level football. You understand me? The Eagles beat the Commanders 29-18 on the road. Sloppy, yeah, but dominant when it mattered. Defense, offense finding some rhythm. Special teams still leaving a lot to be desired. But look, we're going to get into it all from the good, bad, whole lot of ugly, you feel me? And even with that said, at the end of the day, the Eagles still improved to 10-5. That's four straight season with double-digit wins during the Nick Sirianni era. Hey, man, he catches a lot of heat, but Sirianni doing something right, you feel me? Okay. 49 wins, that is, over the last four seasons. That's crazy. The most in franchise history. And let's not forget, back-to-back NFC East Champs. First time we've done that since 2004. So things are looking really good on that side, right? And for the first time, the Eagles have repeated, like I said, in over 20 years. That means a lot. So a lot to discuss, a lot to break down. Me and Mr. Owens will give it to you like we always do. Before we jump into that, you know he got to holler at you.
You already know, bro. Back to back like Michael Jordan in 96, 97. You feel me? Y'all, your favorite team can't do what we do over here in Philadelphia. But to our loyal supporters, thank you. Y'all know it's all love. The Main Thing Podcast Presents can't happen without the support from y'all. And to our new supporters, welcome to the community and our family. Let's continue to do our part for the community and our family. Please continue to like the videos. It does help with the visibility in the algorithm. Disrespect that comment section. Share and subscribe to the community and our content. And last but not least, don't forget to do this. Happy holidays to everybody as well. Make sure you turn on them noties and keep your ears and eyes peeled to the streets like your local neighborhood watch. Wow. So you don't miss when me and Big Huss drop this pressure on y'all.
Hey, so let's get to it, man. Let's talk big picture right quick. Like I said, final score. Our Eagles win 29-18. Washington came in 4-11. They weren't fighting for much. They weren't fighting for a playoff spot. They were trying to, ruin some folks' Christmas dreams out here. But we had no business. Took care of it. Santa came early, But credit Dan Quinn and that group. I'm not going to lie. Per any Dan Quinn group, they played hard on both sides of the ball. Even with all the injuries and nothing really to play for, they could have packed it in. They were still out there fighting and clawing. So I tip my hat to them for that. Unlike Vegas last week, Washington was punching back. We throw a hook. They throw a hook. We throw a jab. They throw a jab. I'm like, hold up, man. What the hell? You feel me? We had to get right. But this game was about surviving mistakes, opening mistakes on the opening kickoff. Shipley coming down, fumbling it. It didn't start off, how we would have wanted it. It wasn't ideal, but we responded to that adversity. Winning through a mess, showing why we are champions at the end of the day.
We are the champions, my friend. And as you said, we are the champions. But like you said, we got the bigger picture going on. This is just something simple and small. You feel me? But really, to be honest with you, because we all know the score was 29-10. This little garbage shout out. Y'all better get back to crafting y'all mumbo sauce down in the DMV. Stop playing with these Eagles over here.
Back to your roots.
You feel me? Your roots. You feel me? But where our Philadelphia Eagles won this game, man. Look, vintage Saquon Barkley. He was the tone setter. Me and Big Huss expressed on our preview video that we need to establish the run game early and control the line of scrimmage, and that's what the Philadelphia Eagles did. Saquon had 21 carries for 132 yards and one down. That boy was stomping with the big dogs after that jaw. I said, that's a 2024 Saquon. You see what I'm saying? Ooh, that boy, he had a 48-yard run that flipped field position, man. Y'all see my man Smitty out there. He was blocking. Then you see what's it called? QB1 in the back pointing. Everybody knows Saquon could take it to the distance in a blink of an eye. Also, he had a game-clinching 12-yard touchdown that I just spoke on. He ran through several defenders, including one that I was like, hold on now. Saquon trying to bring a little, you feel me? He had to run through Bobby Wagner. But this is Saquon Barkley's third straight game with a touchdown. Again, this was vintage Saquon Barkley that we all grew to know and love from Penn State to the New York Giants, and as recent as last year, he showed up in a very, very big way. So salute to Saquon for seeing the holes, hitting them holes, and not playing around with the Commanders defenders in Washington on Saturday. What was that, afternoon or evening?
Afternoon. 3 o'clock game? 5 o'clock game.
5 o'clock. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, hey, like you said, vintage Saquon. That run game got going. Hey, insert Tank. There's no let off. He said, I can get busy too. You heard me? Took that thing 22 yards to the crib. I said, oh, I'm loving this. Okay.
My man Tank said, yo, I'm not a kickoff return specialist, bro. Put me in a backfield. What my man say? If you want to win, let Tank spin.
Straight up. And he was proving it. He has been a very nice number 2 compliment running back to Saquon when inserted. Hey, end of the day, the Eagles are going to have some decisions to make during this offseason. Got a lot of folks in here on 1-year deals, and they're proving themselves. I'm not going to lie to you. So, keep with the offense. Offense found a bit of a groove this week. We had a heavy usage of empty formations. We were going a lot of big personnel at first, 11 personnel, 12 personnel, 21 as far as fullback, running back, tight end. And Washington was matching it, right? Matching it with their base defense. So we said, we're going to switch that up. Go empty right quick. We went empty and started carving them up. For whatever the reason, when we went empty, the Commanders still stayed in their base defense. I don't know if that was just due to a personnel issue. They had a lot of folks injured and they couldn't afford to really go into their sub packages, but we took advantage. Hurts carved them up. Quick decisions, very decisive, clean reads, use space to scramble when necessary. We've been, as fans and the media, we've been clamoring. We want to see more use of Jalen Hurts' legs. He was giving it to us, okay? Yeah, I want it. You got it. All right. And then once Washington went too high, he didn't force it. He took what was there. And that's what I really liked. There was no reason to force the ball. We have the alpha dogs on our offense. Just let them go make plays. One alpha that was making plays was A.J. Brown. 9 catches for 95 yards. You feel me? And a lot of it, it wasn't so much the deep shots that we're used to seeing. The flies, the goal balls. And it was underneath the slant. It was just underneath stuff. And he was getting busy with it. You're going to give me that? I take that 8-yard catch. Turn it into 15, 20 kind of deal. He did it with regularity, right? Then you had Devontae Smith, who had dropped the pass early. Everybody looking at Smitty like, boy, you don't never drop the ball. And I ain't gonna lie, and it was a dime by QB1. He really put it up there, but it's cool. Smitty said, I got you. Everybody relax. Came back, had a big touchdown. I'm saying, after a Dallas Goedert drop, right? But then Dallas Goedert redeemed himself. Career high now, 10 touchdowns on the season. Dallas Goedert is proving to be a red zone nightmare, just mismatch. KP, he knows how to use Dallas Goedert when we get inside those 20s. You know what I'm saying? And he's having a career year. This is Dallas Goedert. Massive third down conversions. The offense just had more rhythm, better flow this week, less predictability, switching it up. 13 personnel. Went 13. Tank took it to the crib outside. You would think when you go 13, it'll be more downhill. We threw a toss. It was perfectly blocked. That thing opened up like the Red Sea. He was gone. He was gone. Look, now, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect by any stretch. There was still one too many negative plays, couple penalties. But you can see the progression. I can honestly say Kevin Petula's best call game as far as mixing it up, giving us a little bit of everything. You didn't know what was coming, and we looked good once we found that rhythm.
Yes. Yes. And to speak on Devontae Smith, as you said, I don't know if he likes FedEx Field, what they call it nowadays, Northwest Stadium.
I
don't know. It's so that's nasty word. But I just don't think that he likes that stadium because he dropped one last year.
He did
as well in that stadium in a crunch time. But Devontae Smith always comes back and makes clutch play after clutch play after clutch play when we need him. So we can't beat him up too badly for dropping that. And to add on to your point about QB1, because my man, he was very efficient. He was 22 for 30, 185 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns. He just played smart, as you said, smart football in a pocket. He didn't panic anything. He wasn't forcing throws, as we've seen in some games down the stretch. But the best part, what I saw from QB1 was his decision making, his rhythm, and then his progressions were clean. That's something he's been building upon these last few weeks, getting through the progressions, not speeding through the progressions, and then being like, all right, you know what? I don't see nothing downfield. Let me break contain and get out the pocket. He stayed in the pocket when people are barreling down in his face, that pressure barreling down in his face, and making big time throws, as we know our Super Bowl champion quarterback can do. But some key drives that did change this game was the opening drive of the second half. That thing was 17 plays.
Wow.
For 80. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
For 83 yards, man. But of course, just as Big Huss mentioned, penalties. We are too great of a football team to be this undisciplined. This makes no sense. We got to clean those penalties up, but we survived off of that penalty. But QB1 did throw that tout out to Dallas Goedert, as Big Huss mentioned. The difference between championship caliber teams such as the Philadelphia Eagles and such impoverished teams such as the Washington Commanders is we can do 17 plays, but we put the ball in the end zone, as opposed to the Washington Commanders. What do? Even last year, as far as last year in the 2024 NFC Championship game, y'all had a 17 play drive. What did y'all do? Settle for field goals. Even they didn't turn a new leaf this year because Dan Quinn did the same exact thing, driving down the field and cowered out and kicked a field goal. That's the difference between Super Bowl winning teams, which we got in Philadelphia, and teams that just get happy off of one season. We see the difference in levels here. But the third offensive drive, QB1's 14-yard run, it opens up everything with him using his legs. He had big completions to Arthur, Juan, K, and then to add on to what Husky said, that tout out to Smitty, it was a thing of beauty, man. He had caught Sammerstill off the line. Bruh, that boy route guided him.
Over.
He said,
you got Sanders still was already playing outside, so Smitty had to set him up just to get outside and beat him. Still beat him to the outside. I said, "Oh my Lord, this man is dangerous."
Somebody put an APB out for this man. This is disrespectful. As you said, he was playing outside, so you know he had to stem him. He had to get there to stem him first. Then he said, "Bing, bing," hit him with that. I said, "Oh my gosh,
man,
oh my gosh!" Man. What did Savage still do to deserve that? Could you put on the burgundy and gold? Oh my gosh! But that late fourth quarter drive, man. Look, Saquon's game clinching touchdown. That is what we like to see at our finest. The Philadelphia Eagles bullying people down the field, controlling the clock, controlling the tempo, playing smash mouth football, and making the defense try to tackle Saquon Barkley and Tank Bigsby. Nobody wants these problems when the Eagles are clicking on all cylinders. Nobody in the NFL wants these problems, and we darn sure saw that the Washington Commanders didn't want those problems on Saturday. They want those fisticuffs and put mitts on people. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what did we say in the preview? Because when you have nothing to play for, You start to get a little aggressive and you try to get a little violent and play behind the whistle, after the whistle, things like that, man. Look, nobody worried about the Washington Commanders. Then they want to sit here and talk about, oh, they're disrespectful. They were going for extra points. Look, if y'all played the game how y'all was supposed to play the game from start to finish, we wouldn't even have to talk about all that or disrespect y'all. But we know the type of team y'all are. We remember when y'all was dancing around celebrating last year like y'all won the Super Bowl, beating us in the regular season. We don't forget things here in Philadelphia. So we made sure that we bought our nicest belt, our Sunday finest belt, to Northwest Phil and had to handle y'all accordingly.
Straight up. And that's what we did. That's what we did. At the end of the day, champions prevailed. We made the plays when we needed them. They didn't. I honestly respected Dan Campbell because they asked Dan Campbell about us going for 2 and all that. He wasn't crying or nothing like that. He was like, that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. You feel me? Whatever. It's whatever. So, all right. Let's talk about this defense, because this defense, man, Vic Fangio in this unit, elite. Straight up and down, elite. They have to be a top 5 unit, worst case top 10 unit at this point of the season. Just straight balling. Defense continues to trend up. The communication is sharp. That's what I loved about last year. You seeing players talking to players, making sure everybody's on the same page, seeing the same thing. The rotations are clean. You know, we love to rotate, especially on that front 4, rotate a lot, and everyone was generating pressure, right? And then the coverages guys, are working. We have one of the best secondaries in the league with a bunch of young pups on it. And them young pups are dogs. They are straight balling, right? One of them young pups, Quinyon Mitchell, elite.
Say it again for the people in the back, guys.
Elite. Okay. How this man didn't receive any Pro Bowl votes is beyond me. It doesn't make sense because he's playing legit at an all-pro level right now, erasing the boundary, elite awareness. He is a lockdown corner. When Scary Terry was on that side, we heard nothing. It was crickets.
He was Scary Terry.
Yeah, more emphasis on the scary and not in a good way, right? When he was on Adoree side, look, Adoree held his own, but he gave up some plays, right? Q erases receiver. She's always lined up on your number ones, taking out your best option. It's to the point they literally don't throw to him. Like, it's crazy. And it's year number 2, and quarterbacks are like, we're not fooling with that young man. He's a problem, right?
Year number 2, bro.
Year number 2, right? Then you had Cooper DeJean, who received Player of the Week honors. He had an outstanding performance. I believe he is one of 2 players, other player being Joey Porter, who, let me make sure I'm reading this right, who recorded at least 4 tackles, 4 passes defended, and an interception all in one game. Only 2 players have done that this year, Cooper DeJean and Joey Porter of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Look, my man is balling. He was targeted 10 times, only allowed 32 yards, and came up with the turnover, right? Turnover, balling. These young dudes it's madness. Stop playing with this guy, right? Then you had Jordan Davis, who truthfully just as easily could have been named player of the game. The way he's been playing, lights out, beating double teams, not just strictly overpowering folks. You're seeing the quickness. I seen them cross face. I don't know if it's the center of the guard stepped into the cap. I said, damn, that man's 340 moving like that. Hold your kids close. It's scary, man. This man is a problem. He's a problem, right? You can honestly say he is coming into his own. He is finding his groove and his presence within this defense. Once again, like I said to begin this show, Howie's going to have some decisions to make come this upcoming offseason after we win this bowl. Because we have some young players who are playing out of this world straight up and down, right?
What was that John? What was that movie? Show me the money.
Dog. And that's what he's going to be screaming. And at the end of the day, we're going to have to pay him. Let me see some. I had something on his stats from the game. Jordan Davis, 6 total tackles, 4 solo, 6 defensive run stops. They said that's the most by any D tackle in one game. 2 TFLs, 2 hurries. He has 60 plus tackles, pushing 70 tackles from the D tackle position on the season. And this is a guy who's not starting every snap. He's not like a Jalen Carter who's playing 97% of the snaps. He's playing 60% of the snaps. 60 plus 70 tackles from the D tackle position, you're balling. I'm telling you, you're balling, especially when you're talking about a man of that size, right?
You could say that he's the best D tackle in the NFL right now.
Look,
the way he's been playing.
The way he's been playing, if somebody was to say that, you would have a legit argument as an Eagles fan. Like, yeah, you could say JD is one of them ones. Not JC, JD. It's one of them ones. He is having, I'm not playing, y'all, that kind of season. Very impactful, right? Then, Brandon Graham, he just aging like fine wine, baby. Aging like fine wine. That's 3 sacks in 2 games. At one point, it was 3 sacks and like a total of 9 plays or something like
snaps.
that. Yeah, it was. The efficiency was crazy. You in there 9 plays and you getting 3 sacks. Look, he's seen it all, been there, done that. And they have a new wrinkle where typically, as Eagles fans, we know Brandon Graham, nickel, he's playing on the edge. They say, hey, big man, old head, slide on down to that box playing D tackle. And surprisingly, he has been holding his own, making splash plays, whether it be sacking the quarterback or stopping the run. He's been a force. He's really been a force. This unit, this defensive unit, look, man, they're playoff ready, on their way to being Super Bowl bound. I will put this defense up against any offense in the NFL this year. They're playing that good.
Hands down, I second that because our defense can line up toe-to-toe with any offense, any top 5, top 10 offense, the Rams, whoever y'all want to throw out there. Our defense is up for that challenge, man. And it's not like, they're shocked, they're surprised because they're doing it for the first time this year. They done this all last year, bro. Yep. These young players, as you mentioned, they just got better with timing. They got more reps, understanding the defense at a high. We got to remember last year, Vic Fangio, this was his first season. So you had to learn a whole new scheme from the trash that we had in 2023 between however you want to slice it up. Desai, Pencil Man, Matt Patricia, however y'all want to slice it up. They had to learn a new scheme and they came out, did what they're supposed to do. And man, this defense is elite, bro. This defense is seriously elite, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like they just make me proud every time. Like we need a stop, we need a third down stop, we need a big stop. They rise to the occasion, and this defense really turned up. I mean, we know that Jordan Davis and Quinyon and Coop and all of them have been doing their thing, but I feel like this defense really turned a new leaf when we acquired Jalen Phillips, and then also when we got old man BG out of retirement.
Hey, and one more. When the Kobe Dean got inserted back into the lineup, it's like you said, this defense, it just turned it up a whole nother gear. They have literally been getting better from week to week to week. It's not something or outlandish to say that this defense is the strength of this team.
Yes.
Even with all the offensive power that we have, all the big names, the Saquons, the AJs, the Hurts, and everybody else, one can say, this defense is the strength of the Philadelphia Eagles team.
That is 100% correct. The offense is going to catch up, but right now, at this present time, the defense is the strength of this football team. Now, with all the good that had happened on Saturday in Washington, we do have some things to clean up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. We had a 3-and-out. We're kind of used to those. We led the league in 3-and-outs, all right? After the opening kickoff fumble by Will Shipley, as Big Huss mentioned, all right? QB1's design run straight into Bobby Wagner. That is not the type of play nor football we want to have happen to our franchise quarterback. We got to be smarter and more disciplined with the type of runs that we scheme up for QB1. To your point, Nakobe Dean, look, he's been playing lights out football from coming back from his injury against the Packers in the playoffs. He tweaked his hamstring, so linebacker depth will be something to monitor, but it didn't look as serious. So hopefully he's able to come back and return to the starting lineup. But penalties inside the Washington 10, what are we doing here? Let's be better than that. Let's focus. All right. Let's be disciplined. Those penalties nearly wiped out scores by our offense. discipline again is still an issue at time. And if we want to repeat as Super Bowl champions, those penalties, those dumb mistakes and decisions have to tighten up. Get back to the basics and fundamentals. We get back to the brand of ball that we know how to play in Philadelphia. We'll finish out the regular season strong and go into this playoff hot, and nobody is going to want to play us or touch us in those 2025 NFL playoffs.
Nah, you're spot on, bro. It's all about, like I said, cleaning up the penalties and cleaning up the turnovers. If we can go into games where no penalties and we're not turning the ball off, turn the ball over, I would give us about an 80% chance to win whoever we're playing. I got to be honest with you, but once you start, like I said, you were talking about the one Dallas Goedert scored a touchdown on. I believe that when we got down inside the red zone, we were like on a 1 or 2 yard line.
Mm-hmm.
We got pushed back to outside the 10. Okay.
Oh, God.
QB1 and Dallas Goedert had to make a special play to overcome that, but we keep shooting ourselves in the foot. We have to stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Other area we're shooting ourselves in the foot, special teams. Look, the special teams during that Commanders game left much to be desired, right? We talked about the Will Shipley fumble on the opening kickoff. Come on, buddy. The indecision on the returns, it was like in that, and you saw they were hesitating. Do I want to come out the end zone? Or I want to stay in.
Chubby was telling him to stay in the end zone.
He ran it out anyway. You can't do that. Kick return, punt return. As a returner, there's no room for indecisiveness.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be very decisive in your movements, in your decisions, and everything else. Because if not, we'll see. It'll lead to a turnover, or you might just get your ass clapped up.
Which
you did on top of that, right? So both of those things happen when you're indecisive on special teams. You have to be decisive, right? And those special teams disasters, they kept Washington alive unnecessarily.
And real quick, because for you to say that is something very important, because yeah, we were playing the Washington Commanders. This is some stuff that we may be a joke about right now because we're playing the Washington Commanders. When we get against solid teams, right, that type of stuff cannot happen, bro. Yes, because it will be a different result at the end of the ball game if we keep playing around with certain teams. We have to make sure that we check all of our boxes and correct these mistakes before we get into the playoffs, bro.
Absolutely. No, truly, before we get into the playoffs, because that can be the deciding factor in winning and losing, especially like Mr. Owens just said. You start playing those competitive teams, you know, you get to the playoffs, it's competitive.
Slim margin for error, bro.
Yeah, everything is turned up, right? So that takes us to Jake Elliott, aka Missy Elliott. I heard Josh Davis say that on one of his shows the other day. I thought that was funny. Look, Missy Elliott over here, we got to talk about it. He missed 3 first half field goals. It should have, on paper, it was 2, but to the viewers and fans and coaches and it was 3. Okay. You missed a 41-yarder. He missed a 43-yarder. He missed a 48-yarder. And the thing about these kicks in the day and age of the NFL, these are routine kicks. These aren't considered tough kicks like they might have been considered 10, 15 years ago. Dudes are making these kicks in their sleep. It's the 60-plus yarders now that are now the new 40-yard field goals and things of that nature. And he's missing them the same way, same spot, right? The last 9 games, we are 11 for 18 on field goals, right? That's 61% from week 7. Not going to cut it. Not going to cut it. That can be the deciding factor in ball games. Straight like that. Before this year, we were 92% inside the 50. That's damn near 30. Was that 31% difference? A drop ball? What are we doing here? And we're in a bad position because at this point in the season, if you really want even to make another move for a kicker, who do you go and get? The playoffs are right around the corner. They're knocking at your door. So we have to get this right. Jake Elliott has to get this together. This year, 81% for field goals. The league average is 91, so we're still below league average. We got to tighten up.
About 10%, bro.
Come on. Once Nick Sirianni won't even attempt the 56-yarder because he's like, man, I know he don't got it. That's a problem. That's a problem. When your coach starts losing confidence in you, like, nah, offense, y'all stay out there. We don't even want to risk the biscuit for real. That's an issue. Jake Elliott and Michael Clay, they have to tighten this up so we can move forward with more confidence in Elliott in that unit, right? Tough conversations have to be had within that locker room. Look, and I know we kind of went through the same thing last year with Jake Elliott, and we hit the playoffs and he found his rhythm. Hopefully it's that way this year. But something has to shake. Super Bowl or not, this year, during this offseason, we might have to make some moves. I believe that Father Time is catching up with my man, and it might be time for Jake Elliott, you know what I mean, to kind of find that door. But for right now, he's an Eagle. For right now, I need him to find that confidence. Because at the end of the day, like Mr. Owens said, Jake, you cannot cost us a game, man. I'm not even trying to hear that, brother.
What'd you say about the door, Big Hush? Yeah, Beyonce, he missing his kicks to the left. All your kicks going to the left. Yo, we've been saying this though, bro. This is why it's not shocking to me, bro. We've been saying this here on the Main Thing Podcast Presents. Yo, we started it last year. We started our brand last year. But since last year, we've been beating it in y'all heads repetitively that Jake Elliott is not the same kicker. We're never going to bash a player that is on our team. Never. But this is something that we have been talking about. Jake Elliott is not looking the same. We laughed about it at first a little bit, but now you that's 9 points, bro. So say we lose by 7 points, a timeout. Yeah. That's 9 points that you left off the board because you're missing field goals, bro. This has to get corrected. I have all the faith in the world that in the playoffs, he returns back to form, but this has to be a conversation that has to be had. Just as you mentioned, Super Bowl hero or not, that was back in the past, bro. The NFL is, what have you done for me lately? What you've done for me lately, Big Huss already went over those stats for y'all, so I ain't got to go back over those. We need to fix this quick, fast, in a hurry, man, because if Jake Elliott is the reason that we don't win the Super Bowl, we don't win a big game that is necessary, I'm on your bumper, fam. And it ain't no threat. It ain't no threat. We don't threat over here at the Main Thing Podcast Presents. But I'm tired of watching you line up. You missed the field goal. Then he comes with the little face like,
yeah,
you're blowing me, bro. You're blowing me, dog.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
You're blowing me, dog. Then you on the sideline warming up. What you warming up for? You missing the kicks anyway, bro. He's blowing me, but this, oh my gosh, it's so frustrating because as you mentioned, we watch different kickers week in and week out, just bang them Jones right through. 40-yarders should be routine, bruh. You can't be missing 40-yard field goals, man. Jake Elliott, you got to get better. We ain't going to be disrespectful with Missy Elliott and all that, but you looking like Missy. For real, with the
spade of spade.
Man, you see what I'm saying? With the colorful tracksuits and all that back in the early 2000s, bro. Like, bro, what you got going on over here, Jake? Jake, he playing like Jake from State Farm, all right? Like,
man, come on, bro.
This was, man. Hey, Jake, clean it up, bro. Clean it up. But me and Big Huss always say here on the Main Thing Podcast Presents, it's 3 phases: offense, defense, and special teams. And we see why special teams is so important, from the fumble to the indecision by Will Shipley to the 3 field goals. That's too much to be happening on special teams. All right, but
facts.
All right, we got that off our chest, Big Huss. Some penalties and discipline, man. Some false starts, of course. Big Fred filling in for Lane Johnson. He had a penalty, and also Landon Dickerson had a penalty as well. We had some holding calls near the goal line. We cannot have that happen. Big Huss went over that earlier when we were on the 1-2 yard line and went out of the 10-yard line. Like, bro, why are we losing so many penalty yards? That's not being disciplined. Yes, you're going the wrong way. Thank you. We only got to go 1 yard this way. Y'all want to go back this way to make it harder. Why are we? Come on now. We have to clean that up. The Eagles are one of the most penalized pre-snap teams. Make that make sense. We don't get penalties during the snap, during the play. We get it before the play. So whether it's holding, false start, illegal formation, whatever it is, bruh, we get those penalties. And why are we making it harder for ourselves? You stay on schedule. You stay in front of the sticks. Win on early downs. That's how you win football games. Not like these impoverished teams where it's 2nd and 25, 3rd and 34. What are we doing here? We don't see the Philadelphia Eagles do that. That's the type of stuff you see with the Tennessee Titans. No slouch to the Titans fans. You see what I'm saying? It's all love over here. But we don't do this here in Philadelphia. And if we continue doing this here in Philadelphia, that will bite you when it comes playoff time in January, in the wild card round, in the divisional round, in the NFC championship game. And we know we're going to the Super Bowl, but it can bite you in the Super Bowl. So we have to make sure that we focus up and become and just be more disciplined for the last couple weeks of this regular season and headed into the playoffs.
No, for sure. You are absolutely right. And like you said, we don't lead the league in penalties after the snap. It's pre-snap. So when it's pre-snap, that's telling me this has nothing to do with your ability. These are mental errors. That's what that is. You're not focused. Tighten up. I don't care if you're a starter or a backup, a backup's backup. Tighten up. I need you locked in. It takes no ability to just stay focused. That's just will and determination. So we gotta lock back in, right?
They keep playing, Big Huss. Howie already gave us a call, bro. He said, look, they keep messing up on offense. We might need Mr. Owens and Big Huss out here, bro.
Hey, you know, and I'm out there quicker than a hurry. You feel me? Hey, bad knees and all.
Hey, come on now. We know what an Novacare complex is. Feel me? Just throw us any jersey number. We be all right.
Straight up. So let's talk about these 3rd and 4th down impact key moments. Offense converted when it mattered, right? Even when we were moving backwards on some of those drives inside the red zone, move back, touchdown Dallas Goedert. We converted when we needed it. Hurst was trusted on these key 3rd down moments, right? Sirianni, KP, the staff, they have all the confidence in QB1, and as they should. He's a Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP. All he does is win. So why wouldn't you trust that man, right? And then the defense, look, the defense was doing what the defense was doing. We were talking about keeping the Commanders in long 3rd down situations, long 2nd down situations. And honestly, the defense pretty much did that all game, putting the Commanders in knowing passing situations. That just favors us, right? And then Fangio was dialed up a little bit of pressure, which I like. You know, that's not something that Fangio typically does. He would rather get home with the front 4, but if he has to dial up pressure, he'll do it. And he did it. And we got home on a few of them Jones, right?
Yeah, he did it.
You feel me? And then situational football, I feel still favors Philly. I feel for the most part, we're one of the better situational teams in the league.
For sure.
Whether it be 2-minute drill, 4-minute drill, whatever the case may be. We still continue to be elite there. And that has to continue to progress. As like I said, as we go through the playoffs, headed to the Super Bowl. 2-minute, 4-minute drill are pivotal.
Yes.
That's when a lot of your big plays happen, right? That's when some of the best football is played. And we've shown to be elite there. Through all the ups and downs of the coaching or whatever you want to call it, coaching has been pretty tight there during the Nick Sirianni's era. Excuse me.
Yes. Situational football, whether it's with the players, with the coaches, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
That has been one of the most phenomenal areas, as you mentioned, in Nick Sirianni's era, especially on top of that, the red zone.
Yeah.
Our red zone offense is electric, bro. We get down inside them 20s. Oh, we putting points up on the board.
Facts.
It ain't no cutting no edges, no nothing. We putting points up on that board, bro. But look, some of these Pro Bowls and accomplishments. So we had multiple Philadelphia Eagles selected to the Pro Bowl. Clap it up for them. So we had 5 Philadelphia Eagles selected to the Pro Bowl. We had Zach Billboard Bond, Jalen Breadman, Jalen Breadman Carter, Cooper DeJean.
Yes, sir.
Cam Beef Jergy Jurgens, and Quinyon locked up for 23 and 1 Mitchell. All right, man. But it's crazy, bro. He's a baller. We already know he's a baller. But it's weird because we saw Vic Fangio talking about how Jordan Davis got snubbed, and it's a couple other players that got snubbed on the Philadelphia Eagles. And we always say it's a popularity contest. the fact that the fans and everybody can just vote for it, we see players who haven't had career years or even their best years get the most votes, i.e. Travis Kelce. I'm confused. I don't know what I don't even super confused. How do you lead the league 2 years back to back in Pro Bowl votes? We know, don't come at us, but we know your wife or what is she right now? His girlfriend, his girlfriend, fiance, whatever she is to him, they helped him a little bit, all right? But nonetheless, we do feel some Philadelphia Eagles got slighted, but we got bigger goals and bigger dreams than the Pro Bowl. Because when the Pro Bowl gets played, when those Philadelphia Eagles are playing in the Super Bowl. So we're not worried about that. We'll be in Santa Clara in February 2026. But again, as Big Huss mentioned, we gotta show them love because winning the NFC East is challenging. Everybody laughs at the NFC East. Everybody calls it the NFC least and things like that. But when we go toe to toe, this is the only time that I'll say the Cowboys, Redskins, and Giants in a good light. When we go toe to toe with anybody else outside of the division, we'll beat y'all straight up. You can have the worst team, the Giants. What did they do? Took the Broncos, who's I believe still number one in the AFC.
I'm not sure. They up there though.
Took them to the wire.
Hey, almost beat the Lions.
Almost beat. Come on now. This is what we do. The NFC East is a hard division to win. And the fact that we were the team that set the standard early, and that we were the team to close that chapter, it just makes it all so much sweeter because you got the Cowboys. People go, we go this our year, every year since 95. Oh, nothing changed. Then we had the Commandos 1 year from 90. They weren't any better. They was like 91. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And then the Giants had those two magical runs against Tom Brady. But you see what I'm saying? Like, but majority of the time, the Eagles, we run this division. I believe we have like 13 NFC East titles since 2000 started, something like that. You see what I'm saying? So, congrats to the Philadelphia Eagles. Congrats on accomplishing a feat that, man, it seemed like it was impossible, but we knew that the Philadelphia Eagles will be the first team to do that. All right. But again, the franchise history is being made quietly here in Philadelphia. Yeah, we talk a lot. We talk junk a lot. We talk junk a lot about other people's fan bases and teams. But one thing stays clear here in Philadelphia. When we get on the field, we handle our business accordingly. And we continue to, just like QB1 said, let's get these hats and t-shirts, man. You see what I'm saying? It's a normal routine around these parts in Philadelphia.
And that's what it's about, man. The hats and t-shirts and trophies, man. Everything else, Philadelphia, they like, y'all can miss us with that, bro. Don't get me wrong. Pro Bowls are nice, but championships are better. Right? So
one thing real quick. Championships are definitely better. And it's so funny because we've already known this, but I don't know if our supporters and family know this. It's ridiculous since 2000 what we have done. But take it back to the Cowboys real quick. This is how bad the Dallas Cowboys are. All right. Don't ever let the Cowboys fans try to hit you with the, but we got 5. That's more than 2 and all that. They're living in times where you got to go see their Super Bowls on VHSs. They're living in times where a person's like 25 years old. You didn't even see your team win. So I don't even know why you're talking for real. But since 2000, they're the only team in the NFC, which is 16 teams in this conference. The only team that's never made it to an NFC championship game. You got the Cardinals, the Saints, the Bears. You can go through the list and y'all can look if y'all want to. The Dallas Cowboys are the only team in the NFC since 2000 to never make an NFC championship game.
Damn, is that real?
Yes. If you want to look, Commanders went last year. Yep. We've always been there. Niners, Bears. In 2006, I believe, when they had Devin Hester, the Rams, the Cardinals in 2008 when they beat us.
Damn, bro, I think you're right, bro.
Yes.
You are absolutely right.
Yes, because if you go through the NFC West, what is that? The Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks,
and who?
Niners.
Niners. Damn,
those 4 have made it. You go to the NFC North, the Bears, the Vikings, in 2018 when we boom bop bing bop bam, them the Bears, and the Lions.
No, the Lions.
The Packers. I'm sorry.
Lions didn't go.
The Lions did go to the NFC Championship game. You remember they lost to the Niners.
You right. I'm tripping.
In 20 when the Niners lost to the
absolutely right
to the Chiefs the year after in 2023.
Yep.
Then you go to the NFC South. You got the Bucks who've been there, the Saints who have been there, the Panthers who have been there, and the Falcons who've been there. And we know 28-3. And then you go to the NFC East.
Absolutely right, bro.
Commanders, Giants, lowly Cowboys.
That's nasty work.
Nasty work. But y'all talking, but y'all fixing your mouth to talk to us. All right.
But stop it. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, they did. Cut off that, man.
NFC Championship, man. Y'all can't even make it to the NFC Champ. I think we've hosted 8 of them Jones.
No,
just by ourselves.
Yeah, no, we for sure have. I hadn't even thought about that. You are spot on with that. Is ugly. I'm gonna definitely use that against the Cowboys fan when I see it. So look, man, this wasn't pretty. This wasn't clean, but it was real, man. This was championship level football, right? Championship teams at the end of the day, a win is a win, whether it be a pretty win or an ugly win. Championship teams always respond to adversity in the right way. Championship teams fix mistakes while stacking wins. And this Philadelphia team has continued to do that. The offense is becoming more flexible, more quarterback friendly, really diving into what QB1 does best and using all of his great abilities. The defense, confident, communicating, elite, amazing, lockdown, whatever word you want to use. They're that. They are the truth, right? Now, bigger tests are coming. We have the Bills coming up. That'll be a nice matchup, right? Should be at least. And then you have the playoffs around the corner. Depending upon who we get matched up with, that's when our real season begins.
Yes.
But right now, the team is rising. We're trending in the right direction. All around, maybe outside of special teams, who's kind of hit a little bit of wall, but they'll break through, right? And in December, that's exactly where you want to be. December heading into January, eventually February, for championship teams like ourselves. You want to be trending in the right direction, fixing those little mistakes and little things that kind of nagged you along the way of the season. We've been doing that. You can see the progression. As much as we were clawing for KP, hey, snatch his play sheet, he's done. These past few weeks, it's been getting a little better, and a little better, and a little better. So we can keep on that road, keep on that track. I expect nothing but great things from this Philadelphia Eagles team. There's no reason why we shouldn't have another hat and t-shirt game, hoisting a trophy.
Come on now.
Hey, man, it's in our future.
It's in our future.
It's destined.
Manifestation.
There you go. There you go.
And to add on to your point, what you say on the road to victory.
You feel me? If you know, you know.
You know it. But look, man, we don't want to hold y'all up again. Happy holidays to everyone. But y'all already know we can't leave our family and supporters just like that, man. So to our loyal supporters, thank you. Y'all know it's all love. The Main Thing Podcast Presents can't happen without the support from y'all. And to our new supporters, welcome to the community and our family. Let's continue to do our part for the community and our family. Please continue to like the videos. It does help with the visibility in the algorithm. Disrespect that comment section, share, and subscribe to the community and our content. And last but not least, don't forget to do this. Make sure to turn on that notification bell, also known as the Liberty Bell looking thingy, so you don't miss when Swoop comes out with the Eagles news and updates. And left hand up, who are we? The boom.
Look, man, I hope everyone's having a great week, blessed week. For those who don't celebrate, happy holidays. For those who do, Merry Christmas. And I'm praying that Santa brought you everything you wanted and everything you desire. Look, continue to support the channel. Continue to support your birds. More videos to come. So make sure y'all go check them out. But till next time, and if you don't know, I go by Big Huss.
And I go by Mr. Owns.
And this is the Main Thing podcast, where we keep the main thing
The
main
main
thing.
thing.
Stay blessed, stay safe, stay warm. And guess what? It's flag will fly till we die. We out.
Home team, my loyalty. I'm at Uptown Royalty. We fight for all DC. Who are we?
Bummanders, Bummanders, Bummanders. Who are they? The Bummanders.
Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit them low, and then hit them high, and then watch the Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles.